Hello everyone, my name is Fluffy, and today we are playing Doki Doki Literature Club. So this is the plus version of it. I don't see a plus sign next to the name, but it does. But this one was just named as Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. I seen trailers for this game, and what I wasn't aware about was that it's actually coming out on PlayStation 4, which made me happy. And when I went to go buy this, it was only like $13 something because I got like a 10% discount. So I'm excited to play this. Now before we do, I just want to go to the settings real quick. Alright, enable content warnings. Yes, okay. So I want that because when you get into this game, it's going to tell you about like disturbing things and stuff like that. So it's just gonna like tell you about like what the themes are. So as I'm playing this, I'm going to have the content warnings on there, so that way if you are someone watching it, you'll be aware. Like, it's going to tell us when that is going to happen. So that's just so you know. Other than that, everything else seems to be here. Alright, now what happens if I do this? Exit DDLC and return to desktop. Oh, so this is the this must be the thing like that was in the okay. Oh, that's cool. So it's like this game is just like its own desktop. That's cool. Okay, well, let's get into it. Please enter your name. Okay, well, you guys know me. My name is Fluffy. It's what I want to go as. Man, let me tell you, I got so hyped for this game. Okay, I'm not gonna do so well with voice acting. I'm just gonna read them. Hey, I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like if she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making a day, but just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again, but I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Fluffy. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or anything. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you don't want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Oh. Okay, I just found like buttons to like make that disappear. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me whenever I'm perfectly content just getting on by the average while spending my free time on games and anime. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're not happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me to try a little? Yeah, I guess. I'll promise you on that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming in the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know what? Well, that you can come to my club. Sayori, yeah? There is no way I'm going to your club. Meanie? Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did because she thought it'd be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyways? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member, and Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Hehe. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go! And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly followed Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Fluffy, what a nice surprise. How does she know my name already? Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. I think the last time it said, incredibly hot girls. I can't remember. I don't know if it said cute or hot. But, what are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly in my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyways, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparatively more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with the people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Fluffy. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica is probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down, Fluffy. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form the table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around my fingers, look for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like have I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe. But not for, you, dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. Yeah, speaking of which, where are the teachers in this game? Like, it seems like there's really, no teachers at all. It's just the girls, and I don't know, that just seems kind of weird. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Hold on, let me try something quick. Oh, okay. So the start button is these buttons, okay. And then we can get that. Okay, I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so that's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for runs. Yeah, I can agree with that. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in this club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events, like the festival, that much more important. I'm confident that we can really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah, we'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to find these three. Maybe that's why they're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So Fluffy, what kind of things do you like to read? Considering how little I've read these past years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga, I murmured quietly to myself. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wanted to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking of the scene Yuri's sad smile. Anyways, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyways, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimum level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, what's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you the idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind the last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud! And give that back! Fine, fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just cute as you are. Sayori settles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometimes? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities, and show them even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experiences too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Aw, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all stood in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. They look quizzically at Monika. See, this whole game is probably just gonna show you how bad I am at reading. Quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member joining, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and straighten the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Fluffy? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now we're back to the original topic of me joining the club. I bluntly come up forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. Oh no. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. Oh no. But, I'm sorry, I thought, Fluffy, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girl's eyes lit up. Yes, I'm so happy. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignments. Write a poem to bring the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Fluffy, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Fluffy, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed at the clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monika. Will I really be happy in spending every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to go closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Okay, we're writing a poem. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Okay. Chocolate. Cheer. Kitty. Fantasy. Boo. Comfort. Charm. Passion. Sugar. Special. This is a poem? I'm just picking words. Sweet. Love. Cheeks. Okay. Doki doki. Waterfall. Party. This music's good. Holiday. Cute. Vibrant. And determination. I like that. I'm not sure what kind of poem that is. We're just putting words together, that's it. Hi again. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Ha ha ha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I kept my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it? Oh, come on, like you deserve any slack. So you already told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year too. I don't know if you plan to come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Fluffy always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. I really should have a camera so that way, like, you can just see, like, how I'm expressing some of the sentences here. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, clean my room. I do that? That doesn't sound like me. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Fluffy can be good friends too. Nah, I don't think so. Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means something to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gestures from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright, well here. She reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked up this book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book for me she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading so much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in the book. I can't help but notice how intense her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Why? Ugh! I hear Natsuki utter I don't know how to say that. I hear Natsuki utter a sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needed a hand. You look for something in here? Freaking Monica. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga. You read manga, right? Ah, sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. How did you know anyways? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is! Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. So she's got OCD? I think that's the right one. I'm not sure. I know how that feels. I get a closer look at the box set she's admiring. Parfait girls? It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means either way on my demographic or it's simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can go do it through the glass on the door. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing. Consider this a lesson straight from the literature club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. I'm gonna show you exactly why. She shoved the book right into my hands. Ah. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly mo. I have no idea what that is. Don't just stand there. Ooh ah. Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the window still. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. And what's that? I guess it's easier to be close together like this. Don't just say that. You'll make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arm and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect me sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additionally space. While she hopes I wouldn't notice, I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the old volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I kinda grew out with these, since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. So, what should I expect from this? Is there gonna be plot? Well, obviously. You think I would enjoy something that didn't have a plot? I mean, well, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginning is about simple things. Like there's a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with a guy at the ice cream shop. But that just helps you get to know the characters. And besides, it's still entertaining. But later on, there's all kinds of drama. Like when they get on to their backstories and when some of the romance starts to happen. That's really what makes it so good. There are so many touching parts. Ah, is that so? It sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you. Hey, wait. What's that supposed to mean? Wah. Natsuki gives me a little shove. I just meant that I haven't seen you at your full power. Good save. Ah, this chapter seems like it's about baking. This is just a guess, but there is a lot of bacon in this manga. Well, yeah. Why does that matter? It doesn't. I was just curious. Since you enjoy bacon too, right? That's just a coincidence. I just happened to get into bacon around the same time I got into the manga. Like I would ever get into anything because it's in a manga. I feel bad for anyone that's impressionable. Definitely not a coincidence. I guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, of all the hobbies to pick up from the manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? Aww. Reread for a few more minutes. I finished a couple of chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not. Even though you're just watching me read? Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it's fine. You know what I mean? You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Ah, sorry. Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga is for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, eh? You still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch them in the face. I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated towards the other losers over time. But it's probably hard for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my room. I don't even know what my dad would do if I found this. At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica was kind of a jerk about it. Ugh, I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am reading it. Well, it's not like it solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So? Jeez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I'll flip the page. Suddenly, Natsuki starts laughing. Ahahaha. I totally forgot that happens. Natsuki puts her finger on one of the panels. Minori is my favorite character. You always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky. But it gets especially bad when, I shouldn't be talking about that part yet. Just finish this chapter. Natsuki's voice sparkles with this excitement. It's a stark contrast to her usual bossy tone. But if she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends, I can understand why. It's hard to express in words the feeling you get when connected with someone like that. And being able to provide that to Natsuki, for whom it's a rare experience, the thought makes me want to smile to myself. Okay, everyone. Are you alright with today's poems? Oh, come on. Could your timing be any worse? Sorry. I just need to make sure we have enough time. Though you do look pretty cozy over there. Eh? Natsuki suddenly noticed how close she's gotten to me. She hastily set herself a good 12 inches away from me. Alright, guess I'll stop here for now. I close the books and hand it towards Natsuki. You're just giving it back? Don't you want to know what happens? Yeah, but Monica just said, don't be dumb. Just take it home with you. Eh? I say that mostly because I didn't really plan on using my spare time to read this. Well, of course. It would take forever to finish if you didn't take it home. Just finish that one before tomorrow so we can start the next one. If it gets bent, I'll kill you. Oh my. By tomorrow? I only got partway through the volume so far. I might fall off on some shows if I try to get through this. But I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I more scared of what will happen if I don't finish it? Alright then. I stand up. I return to where I put my stuff and carefully slip the book into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. Yeah. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I cannot read, I swear. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poems first? Well, none of the words actually may have affected Monica, so I am going to go ahead and show Sayori first. I'm definitely most comfortable sharing with Sayori first. She's my good friend after all. Well, that's not the idea I had in mind, but okay. This is a good poem, Fluffy. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. And I'm the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? False. Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do. Thanks. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah. And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That would be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay! Now, you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you miss me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish for rain on a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until morning to write this? No, just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah, I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It just sounds just like you. Really? Yeah, especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. I didn't see that. Even though you were late to school? It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. I'll eat breakfast though. Anyways, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I'll look forward to it. Alrighty. I'm gonna show Natsuki. Huh? Okay, well, let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, she rereads my poem. Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. Then what's the point of sharing it in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's why I had mine when writing this. I wanted to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours, like Monica said. Ooh. Well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours is really bad. You were supposed to be showing some dumb poem and make me go, ha, well, it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. So, in other words, you're saying you liked it? Ooh, you don't understand anything, do you? I already told you, you don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. What? Really? That's it? I mean, shit, man, I don't know. Yeah, I told you we're gonna like it. I like it. What? I'm not the in-game character. What is that? But that's about it? What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but it made me fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So, you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it meant. I can't read. I'm glad you learned something. You didn't expect that from the youngest here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki's feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Okay. Yuri might not like my poem. Skip? Okay, never mind, don't. Yuri. She's already not happy with it. Oh, sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that might be after start reading that through it. So it's that bad. No! I just raised my voice. I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hand. Let me see what Otto does. I can't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we haven't gone anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. Oh, bro, I go faster than audio. It's fine. I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they fit the two together. Let me just... I'm sorry. Let me just read this. Ghost under the light. Oh no, I'm gonna have trouble reading this. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlights have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but leaving in the past. The light flickens. I flicken back. What? I wasn't thinking at all, but it took a long time. Well, only some things were hard to read, but that's it. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is very pretty. Yeah? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write long poems. Not all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's the first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghost, Yuri? Hoo-hoo. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over after all. But remember that poets often express their thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story to paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining piece of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more soul put in that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you like it. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Alright. Whoosh. Is it really asking me this when Monica's the last one? Hi. Having a good time so far? Ah, yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever suggest for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. It's how I am. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Fluffy. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But if that's the sort of barrier that we all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I like it. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Oh, geez. No. It kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write. And she's a good writer, too. So take that as a compliment. If you say so. Yep. There are lots of poems or stories out there that are no more than a few simple words. They can be funny, endearing, or even sad. And sometimes they're only a few lines long. They might even feel like they're written for kids, but if you think about them, they can express views of the world that would apply to anybody. I see. So you're saying that Etsuki is kind of like that? Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert, but you probably won't find much filler in her poems. They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning through. So I can see why it would be your kind of poems to explore. So, if you put more effort into your poems, then people can understand them more better. Which kind of explains why I had really issues understanding what Natsuki was writing. Like, she just wrote that like 5 minutes. Maybe less. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kind of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write not the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Haha. Anyways, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. Alright, well, let's read it. Oh, okay. Hole in wall. It could have been me. See, the direction the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No! I can't see. I reel. Blind. Like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realized now I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he on the other side was looking in. I don't understand this. Either I'm not understanding this or I'm thinking of the wrong thing. So what do you think? It's free or free form if that's what you call it. I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. I don't know. Man, I can't read. I've been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyways, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or story, your brain gets too fixated onto a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Phew. Are we done? I guess that's everyone. I get into my room. I get up into happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. Really? Okay. Alright, well, I hate to cut it here, but I'm running a little strict on time right now, and I do need to get ready. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to cut it here, actually. So, it does have history here. Okay. And that's that. Let me save the game real quick. Okay, so I'm gonna save it at that. I'm gonna come back to it tomorrow on another day. Oh my. Oh, so they've made this a lot more simpler, really. Monica is a bigger size than all of them, but Yuri's taller. Wait, so can I delete the characters? Elevated access permissions are required to perform this action. Okay, wait, hold on. Unable, unknown. Poem words. Oh, so these are words that will get their, that will really get them on this, huh? Monica doesn't. Well, of course she would something like extreme suicide and disarray and imagination and determination. Of course she would like that. Okay. This is weird. I really like how they actually put this on a thing. Like as if you have an actual desktop. I think that's really cool. Okay, I'm not searching through all this. Back up. Whoa. Look at all this. I have no idea. Oops. Mail. Pictures. Ooh, I got little things. Why do they all got the same shoes on? Oh, look at the little babies. Select the word Doki Doki. Oh, so acquisition procedure is actually like what you need to do in order to unlock these. Yes, please. Ooh. Oh, that's cool. Oh, okay. So you gotta do things. Music? Alright, I just wanna like explore this real quick before I actually gotta go. Okay, what music? Okay, let me stop this. Okay, I think that's gonna be it for today. I really love this. I like how it's on PlayStation. I love the whole procedure of this. This is all very fun for me. I love it. I will get back to this tomorrow and continue playing, it out and everything. Also, for future episodes, this one didn't have anything disturbing, which is good. But for future episodes, I will put a disclaimer in the beginning before we do start the game, just to ensure that people know. Because along with that, I have these settings which like will show if something disturbing pops up. So that's just so you know. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I will be back for more. Definitely love the game already. I'll see you guys in the next episode. I'll see you later.